Hello again, I'm Scott Charpentier, Public Works Director. I'm here to discuss the capital articles Public Works is proposing this year. The first article is for the Town Hall Heating, Ventilation, and Air Conditioning System, that's HVAC. We're proposing a supplemental budget to the prior articles that were approved for this work. We have $780,000 of prior article authorizations. The request is for $270,000. The cost estimates currently going forward for the HVAC improvements at Town Hall are substantially more than that. The project cost is estimated to be $1.2 million. It's important to understand that Town Hall heating system and air conditioning system was designed and built for the school. And the school floor plan layout is no longer what's there. A lot of the classrooms have been subdivided out into smaller offices. Those offices don't have heat, and many of them don't have air conditioning either. It's important to have controlled space in work environments. This project also proposes introduction of air ventilation in the building. There is currently no ventilation in the building. State codes and design recommendations for office space is to have 6 turnovers of air per hour. Currently, those turnover rates are 0 unless you have a window open. The result in that is stagnant air, easier conveyance of colds and flus, and propagation of just poor air quality. So this article will supplement the prior articles to aid in the funding of the full HVAC replacement project at Town Hall. Next article is for roadway improvements and maintenance, requesting $310,000. This is a repeat article. We have this, a reoccurring article. We have this every year on the capital plan. The funds supplement other funding sources in order for us to achieve the $1.1 million we need annually to maintain our roadway conditions. Every other year we do a townwide pavement condition, which results in a pavement condition index. Currently our roadway grades are approximately a C, a 74 across the entire town. We need the $1.1 million to maintain that pavement condition index. The other 2 funding sources are $300,000 out of the operating budget and $500,000 from the state through the Chapter 90 program. Our next request is for drainage and sidewalk improvements, $300,000. We currently have no funding in the operating budget to do drainage and sidewalk improvements. We can do repairs and emergency repairs, but there's nothing for actual improvements. We have over 75 culverts and nearly 300 drainage outlets. All of these require periodic repair. We've had multiple culvert failures recently. The one on Lincoln Street over by Lincoln Street Elementary School. There's one on Church Street that currently needs repair by Fay Lane. And there's another one on Howard Street between the cemetery entry points that requires repair. In addition, we have many sidewalks through our neighborhoods that are in need of repair. And again, we have no funding structure to do these infrastructure improvements. This article requests funding to replace a 20-ton dump truck in the amount of $360,000. The current dump truck we have will be 22 years old at the time of replacement, and it suffers from frame rot and engine blow-by. The result of engine blow-by is a loss of power, and it's a continuing growth of loss. Eventually, the truck won't have enough power to push snow or move materials. That results in a pretty substantial safety issue for the operator. These vehicles have approximately a 20-year service life and are used again for snow removal around town, hauling of construction materials, and responding to emergency needs when they arise. Next article proposes to replace a 1-ton pickup truck for $95,000. It'll be replacing a 2012 model, which will be 14 years old at the time of replacement. The current truck that's being replaced suffers from bed rail rot as well as fender and rocker panel rot. These trucks are one of our primary service vehicles for some of the smaller tasks, like mowing of the town grounds, as well as trash removal. The new truck will be allocated to the superintendent, and that truck will be reappropriated to another service in the department. The next article proposes to replace a 1-ton truck with hotbox for $260,000. The truck that previously served this purpose had an engine failure in 2024, and as a result, we inspected the hotbox, which found the chamber to be deteriorated and the diesel-fired engine to warrant replacing. The trade-in value for that truck was only $5,500, which shows what value it actually had. The proposed truck will purchase a new chassis. That chassis will be outfitted with a dump body, and one of the older trucks in the fleet will be repurposed to accommodate the hot box. Hot box is a piece of equipment that sits in the bed of a truck or on the frame of a truck that keeps asphalt hot, so we can do cold patching in the winter, and the cold patch is actually quite warm. And in the summertime, when we're doing roadway repairs, the hot box keeps the asphalt pliable for use. We repurpose an older vehicle to put the hot box on it just because of how dirty of a job it is. We wouldn't want to purchase a brand new truck and allocate it to that kind of work. So one of our practices in Public Works is to repurpose older vehicles and cycle them through use. This article requests $100,000 to support engineering services associated with the Assabet Hill neighborhood drainage and roadway repairs. In 2019, this neighborhood suffered several sinkholes. After the third sinkhole appeared, the decision was made to do a video inspection of all the drainage pipes and manholes in the neighborhood. The result was we found systemic failures in a lot of locations which warrant replacement. Over the past several years, we've been planning to implement these repairs, but unfortunately, more urgent needs arose, such as the Lincoln Street culvert failure, the Davis Ave culvert failure, and several other culvert failures that needed to be addressed. The design services here will support plans, specifications, and an estimate, so that next year's capital request for construction funding can be made at that point, and hopefully if funding is approved, this neighborhood can have all of its drainage repaired so that the roadways can finally be fixed. The roadways and sidewalks are in dire need of reconstruction. This next article is a Water and Sewer Enterprise Fund article. It has no impact on taxes nor general fund free cash. It requests a replacement 1-ton pickup truck, very similar to the prior article that was discussed. This truck will be funded 60% through the Water Enterprise Fund and 40% through the Sewer Enterprise Fund. It's a direct replacement of a 2015 pickup truck. The bed on the current pickup truck has already been replaced once, and the bed area right now has bed and frame rot, as well as wheel opening rot, and will not accept replacement of the bed again due to that rot. This vehicle performs snow removal and is a 24-hour emergency response vehicle for the water and sewer operations. That requests in the amount of $95,000. This next article is to replace 2 water utility bridges. It'll be funded through debt paid back 100% by the Water Enterprise Fund. These 2 bridges are located on Otis Street and on School Street. The Otis Street Bridge crosses over by Smith Pond. The carrying beams on that one have full rot all the way through, so you can put your hand right through the beam. That water bridge is critical to services across it. So Walmart, all of Lawrence Street and Otis Street are dependent on water service through that water main. In the event that bridge was to fail, all of those customers would be without water until service can be restored. The School Street Bridge crosses over the Assabet River. It's between Brigham Street and the Juniper Hill neighborhood. That utility bridge was found to be in poor condition by a state DOT inspection. The sidewalk above it has been closed due to the same reason. The support beams on that one suffer from a similar condition where they've rotted through on the web of the beam. That's the vertical portion of it, and it warrants full replacement. Very similar to the Otis Street Bridge, the Juniper Brook neighborhood is solely dependent upon that water main. If that water main was to fail, the Juniper Brook residential neighborhood would go without safe drinking water. Again, this article requests $650,000. That'll be 100% supported by the Water Enterprise Fund.